All right, I got the brain of a sheep conveniently hanging here. And first, we're going to look at the coverings of the brain. And so we've already removed most of the dura mater, and that's this really thick white section here. The next layer is the arachnoid. And if you notice on the brain here, we have folds called gyri and valleys called sulci. And the arachnoid covers over the sulci. If we break open a sulcus, that's not exactly a good one to do, I guess. Let's move over here. We break open a sulcus, basically we're cutting through the arachnoid mater. And then the next layer down, and we won't be able to see it on here, would be the pia mater. The cerebrum is mostly what we're taking a look at here, these large sections of the brain, and it consists of two cerebral hemispheres, one on the left, one on the right. The olfactory lobes underneath here, these projections are the olfactory lobes, and leading from that is the olfactory tract, right there. The longitudinal cerebral fissure is the gap right between the two cerebra here, and we still have a bit of that dura mater inside of there. The piriform lobe is this bump right there. The cerebellum, just lost my brain. We'll leave it down here. Okay, the cerebellum is back here. And the central part of this is called the vermis. And the outer parts, one on each side, are the cerebellar hemispheres. And if you look at them, it has these kind of folds, like paper, called folia. That's what folia means, is paper. All right, the hypothalamus we'll see later. The optic chiasma is here, and it's where the two optic nerves meet and cross. And then it's underneath the dura mater here, but leading from that is the optic tract that leads down into the brain. And actually, the optic tract is part of the brain. The infundibulum is what the pituitary gland attaches into. So this is the pituitary gland or the hypophysis, and underneath that would be the infundibulum. We'll look at that a little bit later as well. All right, so if we look at the opening of the fourth ventricle here, so that's looking down into the medulla oblongata, and this opening where my finger just was, that would be the fourth ventricle. And that in life is covered by a membrane called the telechoroidea. So the telechoroidea is there. There's also one in the third ventricle, and that's what's producing the cerebrospinal fluid. All right, the corpora quadrigemina. So, corpora quadrigemina consists of the inferior and superior colliculi. So here's the superior, there's the inferior colliculi. Four of them together are the corpora quadrigemina. So a colliculus is a hill, and corpora quadrigemina means the four-bodied structure. The pons is a swelling at the base of the brain stem that's present in mammals. So this is the pons. And then we have the medulla oblongata proceeding from that. All right, that's all we can see from this side of the brain.